The Haven Roadside restaurant has opened its doors to locals and travellers on the side of the busy London Road, just outside of Salisbury, since 2002. The ownership has not changed since its beginning, and it has tried to stay true to its family roots.
I purchased the restaurant in 2002 and run it as a family restaurant to this day, although it was leased out for a period between 2010 and 15. But we took it back into family control in around about April 15.
Trevor decided the purchasing of the building would benefit his other business at the time, which happened to be located next door.
I'd purchased the adjacent property for motor retail purposes in '98, and about 4 years later this was run at the time as a little chef, and it came up for sale, and I decided that best to control my own neighbour because there's certain shared access etc. here, and basically purchased it and then telephoned my wife and told her we were in the restaurant business.
With no assurance that the business would be easily run and successful, the purchase of the site by Trevor was certainly a risk. Originally there were other plans for the building, but when they realised the history of the site, there was no need for a change.
The interesting thing is that when I purchased it in 2002 and got the deeds through, I had no idea how far back the history of this particular site, how far it goes back. And a local resident brought in an aerial photograph which wasn't dated, but looking at the cars it looked mid-late 50s. So there's been an eatery here of some description for 60 odd years. So when I realised that, because when I originally purchased it I was going to flatten it and turn it into a car supermarket. But when I saw how far back the tradition and the history goes, I decided to continue as a restaurant.
With no guarantee or consistency of customers, the restaurant provides a service that is unlike usual fast food places. The cooking of the food, including their trademark Sunshine and Super Sunshine breakfasts, can sometimes be a problem for some customers, but they say there is a good understanding between most.
Fortunately, we've been here long enough, people know what to expect, they like their food cooked to order, and they're prepared to wait that extra few minutes to get something cooked fresh to order rather than eating bacon and sausages that were cooked off at 8 o'clock and still warmed up at 3 in the afternoon. We don't do that at all, and never would. But you are in a situation where you need customers to understand that cooking times have to be allowed for and waiting times adjusted.
Being placed on the side of a busy road means business is different for the Haven compared to normal city centre restaurants. And the last 16 years haven't come without their problems.
VAT is a problem. 20% VAT, the customers don't see it. So 20% of, spend a £10 in our restaurant, then nearly £2 of that goes straight to the government. People don't recognise it. They don't see it. So therefore, that challenge presents a challenge, trying to keep sufficient margin to keep the business viable, at the same time be competitive, offer value for money, etc. So that's a challenge. And of course, business rates are expensive.
For any business, it's about getting customers through the door and making money to just stay afloat. But Trevor told me the way the business is run is just as important as the money.
It's everything. It's everything to us. If we had to sacrifice the quality of our offering and the method that we present it, we wouldn't be in the business. So basically we're in business as long as people can appreciate good service with a smile, cooked fresh to order with quality ingredients, etc. And those customers that do appreciate that are the people that pay the bills here.
The way the Haven is run will continue to follow their family-orientated theme for the foreseeable future. Jack Deary, That's TV.